So today we thought we would talk about a theme that has been coming up in some of my coaching sessions, where I've had some clients who've been feeling more irritated than they normally would by their significant others. And I do think that is...
not an uncommon theme.
Exactly. I don't think it's an uncommon theme, so I thought it would be worthwhile talking about. And what seems important on my end to talk about is that it can look very compelling when it looks like our partner or our child or our colleague or someone in our life is behaving in a certain way, and that causes us to feel irritated. And when it looks that way to us, it makes complete sense that we would try to change them, change what's going on, fix the circumstance as a way to feel better inside of ourselves. But what that completely misses is that what we're feeling in terms of our irritation is actually more a reflection of our state of mind and our low mood, rather than it has anything to do with them and what they're doing.
Bingo. No, but it's so true. And I can think of all kinds of reference points where I make the outside world responsible for how I'm feeling inside. But hopefully I get to a point where I remember how it all works. But there's one thing that you do, which in the past has kind of really bugged me in no uncertain terms, where I felt like this is totally corrupting my sense of well-being, is that you have this habit of picking your cuticles from time to time. And so what's so interesting about that is that in the past I would get really irritated by that and just make it all about you, and you need to stop doing that, and why are you doing that? It's really annoying. Don't you know how that's really upsetting me? That's what I would say. Don't you know how that's so annoying and it's really upsetting me? If only you'd stop doing that, I'd feel so much happier. And yes, absolutely, I do see now that it is a reflection of my state of mind, but I'm also seeing that in that state of mind, what's really going on is that you picking your cuticles, to me, is kind of, it symbolizes some sort of anxiety that I believe that you're experiencing. I asked, why would you pick your cuticles? At least that's how I was seeing it, and I wasn't even considering, the case of our separate realities. But my reality, upon reflection, is that I was actually coming down at the end of the day to sit on the couch with you, where you might be picking your cuticles, and I was actually feeling anxious. So in that state of mind, the intellectual machinery is looking for a reason, why do I feel the way that I do? I might not even be cognizant of the fact that I'm actually anxious. I'm just kind of out of sorts. I'm feeling not feeling myself. But here is this person picking their cuticles. Oh, that's anxiety, and my intellect's scanning my external environment for in a sense a fall guy, or going through the archives.
Or fall girl.
Or fall girl, exactly. Going through the archives, trying to figure out, do we have a reference point for this? And no, we don't. So it kind of it needs that fall girl.
Fall gal.
Fall gal. And lo and behold, you will be it, as is most of the case with our nearest and dearest. So most people that come and see us have kind of created these whole kind of narratives about how it's their fault, and if only they'd stop doing this, that, and the other, I would feel so much better about myself. But they miss this big point about it being about state of mind. So I can safely say with confidence that you picking your cuticles when I'm in a low mood, when my state of mind has gone south, that is altogether irritating. And if I'm in good spirits, in a good mood, it's water off a duck's back. It barely even registers in my mind as anything that's, maybe not even registering that you're doing it, probably. But in that anxious state, in that low mood, it's like my intellect is like scanning. Where is it? Ah, there it is! Close focus on this massive problem. And now, fortunately, I have all these reference points now to sort of realize that, actually in a good mood I don't notice it. And even now, you could be doing that, and I will remember, and I remind myself, you know what, this is state of mind, because when I'm in a good mood, this doesn't bother me in the least. So that's just an example, but, that just for me is how it works, is that we get into these kind of low moods, get into a low state of mind, and the intellect, bless its heart, will find a way to make something, responsible for it. Well, and that is you.
When you're in a low mood.
When I'm in a low mood.
And I think that's a really great example. I think that I can certainly relate because I do the same thing. But it's helpful to just understand what's going on. So if I'm feeling irritated by you and it looks like it's your fault, that's the signal to let me know that, oh, I'm not feeling that stable inside of myself. And when I understand that, I'm less likely to try and do anything with you and much more likely to take better care of myself, understanding that I'm not feeling that good in my own skin in that moment. And what I probably need is some TLC, some rest, some respite, something. And I can look in that direction that will ultimately let me stabilize. And when we're in our natural state of well-being and peace of mind, we feel more connected to our true nature. We feel that depth of well-being and okayness, and we feel stable inside, so we can tolerate the humanness of our partner more gracefully.
That's right. And now actually more and more, and hopefully, this will be for me a journey that I will be on for the rest of my life in terms of where I need to grow and learn, is that this becomes a check engine light for me. When I'm feeling judgmental, when I'm at that level of judgment, that's the time for me to pull over to the side of the road and, as you say, look for some ways and means to settle down. Not that I'm advocating any kind of technique, but at least for me it's to realize that, yeah, you know what? I don't need to take this thinking seriously. I should probably be looking in another direction, hopefully towards my higher self and well-being, but at least I need to just realize that, yeah, this is not something that I need to trust at this moment in time. And that's a game changer for sure.
It is, because when we look in the direction of what's really going on and we understand that, we're given very practical real-time information that's useful. Mm-hmm. Like I might, realize, oh, it's not Angus, I'm a little destabilized right now, and if I'm looking in that direction, I'm going to get ideas that allow me to see what's the best way to take care of myself in that moment.
Yeah, and my old self would be like, well, of course I feel judgmental. If she's going to do that, how annoying is that? If only she'd stop doing that, everything would be fine. And that's just for me now, that just does not even seem logical to go in that direction. For me now, that feeling of judgment is my check engine light. That means that I've kind of lost the plot. I've got caught up in my own illusionary thinking. And it's taking me nowhere good. So for me now, that's the time to disengage and to look in another direction.
So we encourage you to try this on for size and see if it makes sense to you.
Yes, this is one of those occasions where you can try this at home.
It is safe.
It is safe.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.